Hello, ladies and gentlemen out there in radio land. I mean internet land. And that was a joke because I'm sure there aren't any ladies out there listening to us. And for that matter, gentlemen as well. So, I digress.
I just want to say that have we run out of material already? Because you're repeating jokes now. I really hope that isn't the case.
I really hope that isn't the case either. But anyway, I digress. This is the very first episode of a podcast we like to call Miscellaneous Madhouse. And this is a very special podcast because it's different from the other ones. With this one, it's all a bunch of stuff. Each podcast is going to deal with a completely different concept or topic. It's all the ones that we would never make a series for. So if there's gonna be one podcast for it, this is basically a catch-all for all our random crap.
Yes, you don't want like 100 series with each of them only has one episode, and this is all stuff that doesn't fit into any of the other series we're doing.
Yes, all the other series usually deals with one concept. Each episode follows that or deals with it. But for this podcast, it's just going to be a bunch of different concepts and things that don't go anywhere else. So this can really be anything can happen. So I am, of course, your host, John Christopher Wagner, with my fellow co-host, James Michael Wagner. And he will right now tell us what this episode of Miscellaneous Madhouse will be for today.
All right, fellow Forginites or Forgilinians, we're still not sure which is the least asinine out of the two.
Nope.
This is a very special installment of Miscellaneous Madhouse. In this episode, we're going to be going through podcast titles that were rejected. When we originally started doing this podcast, there was only supposed to be one series with different segments. So I came up with a list of titles that we could call the podcast. But then my co-host decided it was better to turn each segment into its own podcast.
Yeah, I am the one responsible for fucking everything up.
And flooding you out there in internet land with all these glorious podcasts. So that meant that we had to come up with more titles. Which we did. And that means that the titles I came up with before, when we were just doing one series, now are rendered useless. That is until now, because I'm going to go through them. And the rule of this episode, and it's not for the whole show, I just want to reiterate it's just this episode, and maybe future ones, but not all of them, is I did not tell my co-host the list of titles. He does not know what they are. He just knows there was a list. He knows how many there are. And if you want to find out how many there are, you're going to have to stay tuned for the whole podcast.
So that's right, fellow listeners or viewers. I am ignorant, just like you are.
As you may remember, this is a throwback to Forgotten Figures. So he's going to learn along with you in the audience. So now it's my turn to be the expert, and his turn to be the ignoramus. So on that note, I guess we'll jump right into it. This list is comprised of all different kinds of titles. What I mean is where the ideas came from. Some are original, some are based off of stuff from TV shows, movies, and the like. Some are parodies of song titles. Some are song titles. And as I go along, you can join in the fun and try and figure out where these titles came from, along with my co-host. So now we will start the list. You have been warned.
Okay, let's get started.
Number 1. Fraternizing with forgature. Any comments?
It sounds German to me for some reason, probably because of fraternizing.
I'm trying to remember what fraternizing means.
Like a frat house?
I think it means you're like dealing with somebody or bothering them or having a conversation with them. It just sounded weird to me. And also, fraternizing starts with an F, and our team name starts with an F too. So on to number 2, the F-Files.
The F-Files? Haha, that sounds like the fuck files.
It's actually a parody of the X-Files. Get your mind out of the gutter, you sick little bastard. Number 3, something forgature this way comes.
This, of course, I'm assuming is a parody of something wicked this way comes, which would be Iced Earth album.
Yes. I also forgot to mention they can be titles of albums too. Also, I want to make a note that comes is not spelled C-U-M-S, it is spelled C-O-M-E-S. Not everything we do is perverted, believe it or not.
Contrary to popular belief.
Yes. Number 4, WTF question mark with forgature.
So instead of being what the fuck, it would be what the forgature?
No, what the fuck with forgature.
Oh.
I said WTF question mark with forgature.
Oh, okay, I misheard him. I misheard.
But it's appropriate because I think this is one of those what the fuck moments. At least on your part.
Okay.
Number 5, lunch and listen with forgature.
That, of course, is a period of the popular lunch and learn concept.
Yes, but that would be assuming that we would be putting this up around lunchtime, which we have failed to do so on every time so far.
Also, I don't think you learned anything while listening to our podcast.
No, and also if you eat lunch before you listen to this, you might be getting a visit from your lunch during the show.
Would that be barfing or diarrhea? Or both?
Yeah, possibly both.
Okay.
Number 6, the gathering with forgature.
That, of course, is a reference to the Testament album.
Yes. You sure know your way around the albums.
Ha 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 ha.
Because everybody's gathering for a good old time. Number 7, the Oddcast with forgature.
That would be a parody of Outcast.
Yes, and also a parody of podcast.
Oh, okay.
Because we're just so freaking weird. Number 8, the Manifesto with forgature.
Not to be confused with the Communist Manifesto, just the Manifesto.
Yes. And we all know what manifesto is, but I think you're the expert on that if you want to explain that to our audience out there.
The Murder Manifesto by Nagelfar?
Well, I meant the definition of manifesto.
Oh, that's manifesto is like a decree?
Yeah, like a public declaration of something.
Or proclamation.
Yes.
Okay.
Number 9, the Manifesto with forgature. Oops, you can tell that I've had my liquor today because I just read number 8 again. Ignore that,
Okay, because I was
please.
wondering why it sounded so similar.
Yes. The real number 9. Say it, don't spray it, with forgature.
Spray what?
It could be a reference to spraying stuff on the microphone. That's why we have these beautiful pop shields, which you can see in a picture of the microphones I posted on Twitter, MySpace, LinkedIn, and Facebook. And all those links are on our YouTube channel.
Cheap advertisement.
Yes. No, it's a reference to not spitting while you're talking, and it rhymes. Childish? Yes. But I think it gets a pretty good point across, and we can all learn something from it. Number 10. the Forgature podcast. Behold!
That's, of course, a reference to Futurama.
Yes.
With Lure and Unga Unga.
From Omicron Persei 8. The two lovable Omicronians.
Yep.
I believe that was the Valentine's Day episode with
Candy Heart that said love instead of love.
Yes, that tastes like chalk.
And surely it must say love. No, love. Behold.
And there you have it, the exact reference.
We're dorks.
Yes, of where this came from.
Deal with it.
Or close to it. Number 11. Weeping Words with Forgature.
Okay, like depressing? Is that...
Well, I'll give you a hint. It's not a parody of a song title. It is a song title. I just shamelessly talk.
I have no idea.
Okay, because we can't sit here forever. I'll just have to go through this.
I don't know.
It is a Paradise Lost song off of Icon, their 4th album. The first to leave the death metal route, vocally wise.
I can't memorize every song title.
And arguably one of their most popular ones. Number 12, you have to get. For Broken Words with Forgature. Come on.
I can't think of it.
You have your phone right there.
No, I don't have my phone.
Oh, wow. It sucks to be you.
I don't know. I really don't know what for broken words I can't think of. Just tell me.
I think Michael Steen would be very disappointed in you. It's a Dark Tranquility song title.
What's the title for Broken Hearts?
No, for Broken Words. It's off a Construct.
Oh.
I believe.
Okay.
Their second newest album. Apparently, we've really just piddled out here. There's no more gas. Number 13. Another song title that I just shamelessly took. See Just Words with Forgature.
That's a Paradise Lost song.
Yes, off of 1 second. You have redeemed yourself. Your first step into electronica.
I can redeem myself?
Yes. I'm as surprised as you are, frankly. Number 14. Fun on a Bun with Forgature.
Oh, that's that phrase Bender said in Futurama.
Starting to see a pattern here, folks.
Actually, wasn't that also the episode? It was called too? The one where they go to Oktoberfest?
It actually might be.
I think that's the title of the episode, and then Bender says it in the episode.
Oh, okay. Good. We have a bigger reference here.
Oh boy, Fun on a Bun.
15. Dark Wings, Dark Words with Forgature.
That's a Hammerfall song.
Period. Yes. No, it's not the parody. I think it's the actual song.
Which I think might have come from one of the Game of Thrones books.
Yes. And what album is it on? Come on. Jeopardy theme song, people. Come on, you can sing along.
I can't think of it.
I believe it is Threshold.
I was going to say another one, but yeah, I think it is Threshold.
Yes. And it is, I think, based off of Game of Thrones.
Yes, Hammerfall does pull song titles from the Game of Thrones universe. Like Winter is Coming is one, too. Number
16. This one is another song title. No, album title, I should say, not song title. And I think it fits our podcast really well. Images and Words with Forgature.
That's the Secretary Theater album?
Yes. That first album that their current vocalist, James LaBrie, is on. And arguably very highly acclaimed. Images refers to pictures, words refers to words, because we use pictures in our podcast if you ever look at the screen. So I think that's very appropriate. 17. Sex. Now that we got your attention, it's the Forgature podcast.
It's from the Simpsons episode.
Yes,
where Bart's running for some
class president, I think. And Homer makes the poster for him.
And it says sex. Oh, now that we've got your attention, vote for Bart Simpson.
Something to that effect.
That's an old episode.
Yes, an older one. 18. Locked and Loaded with Forgature. This is just an original title that I thought sounded cool. Because I guess we are locked and loaded. But I'm not. I don't mean alcohol, or do I? That's for you to decide.
Who knows?
Number 19. Your monthly visitor with Forgature.
That's referring to periods. Menstrual cycle.
Yes, I picked it because originally this was going to be a monthly podcast.
That's funny.
It's gross but funny.
It's really good. And no, we are not at Flow.
No, that would make even less sense. Okay, 20. May God have mercy on our souls. The Forgature podcast. That's original.
That pretty much sums it up right there.
Yeah, see, he should really have mercy on our souls. 21. The Forgature podcast cometh.
Oh, that's like the Iceman cometh from the King of Queens.
Yes, when Doug makes that joke, I believe.
Yeah. Or cometh. The Ozman cometh.
Yeah,
from the Ozzy Osbourne
we can be sophisticated too.
Mm-hmm.
We're not Neanderthals here. 22. Okay, this one's kind of a weird one, but we'll see if my co-host can get the reference. And you too, audience.
Oh boy, I do not like this.
Electricity side chats with Forgature.
That is in reference to Fireside Chats with, I want to say, FDR.
I think it was him.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Yes, the president of the United States.
I think it was like every Sunday he would do like a radio briefing or something. He would talk to the American people.
Yes, don't quote me on that, but I think it was him.
And they were called Fireside Chats.
See, but we don't have fire. We just have electricity because we're using electronic devices.
Mm-hmm. Same thing, though.
Maybe not our best one, but kind of unique. 23. It's that time of the month again with Forgature.
I'm assuming that's like the first one about the menstrual cycle.
Yeah, it's kind of another way of putting it. Also, it's kind of like, oh, it's that time of the month again, another podcast by us.
Ugh.
Yes. 24. The F Factor.
That's like the X Factor.
Yes, and kind of like the O'Reilly Factor on Fox News.
Yeah, before it got canned.
Yes. Before the show ended. 25. Hear It, a Forgature podcast. Yes, it is stupid, but it's pretty obvious because it's a podcast and you hear it.
Technically, you could watch it, but
if you want to watch pictures that don't move.
Yeah, it's really for listening. The goal is for really just listening.
Yeah, so it's staying
if
obvious.
You haven't already figured that out, yeah.
26. Nothing to hear here. It's just the Forgature podcast. And I want to clarify, the first here is H-E-A-R. The second here is H-E-R-E.
Well, that's not hard to understand now.
The point of it is there's nothing to hear here, like you always say, oh, there's nothing to see here.
Yeah, both hears, back to back.
Yes. And if you're listening to this, that might just be the most appropriate title for this one.
Mm-hmm.
27. Forgature has spoken. Because we get the final word on everything.
Is that a parody of something?
Well, it's kind of like a general parody of like, blah, 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 like, has spoken.
Okay.
Like the leader.
Okay,
or whatever. It might be, but
I thought there might have been an exact reference.
I don't think I had a specific thing in mind. 28. Wheelin' and dealin' with Forgature.
Drugs?
Kind of. It was more just like goofball kind of stuff. I mean, like,
there's a difference.
We're not really dealing anymore. Well, we're dealing out podcasts.
Okay.
And wheeling and dealing, it kind of rhymes. It's fun. Ha. You don't have to put thought into everything. 29. This is a song title again. We made our way back to that category. The Point with Forgature.
Okay. Point of Ignition by Dark Tranquility?
No. It's an actual song title, not a parody.
Bolt Thrower?
No. Come on, you should know this one.
It's just The Point?
Okay, because now it's getting embarrassing. It's the Slayer song.
Oh, Point from Devil's Musica.
Yes.
It's the last song. Okay.
30. Now, this is a parody of a song title. Riders of the Storm with Forgature.
That's right. Riders of the Storm, which is the first song off of Hammerfall's album.
Crimson Thunder.
Crimson Thunder.
I can't keep bailing you out here. 31. The forecast for this month calls for the Forgature podcast.
The forecast.
It's like a parody of a weather forecast.
Yeah, we do. Just to let you know, we don't have weather balloons.
No, just because we say the word month does not mean this is like some stupid
thing that deals with periods all the
thing.
time. Okay.
Yes. 32. The Middle Finger with Forgature.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, I really don't need to explain that one. 33. Off the Rails with Forgature. You know the expression off the rails because it's nuts.
Yeah.
That's self-explanatory too, like a train. 34. Shit just got real with Forgature.
Yep.
Another self-explanatory one. 35. This is a reference to something. Let's see if you can figure this out.
Oh, goody.
Who keeps greenlighting those damn Forgature podcasts?
Oh, man, I know that's from somewhere, but I can't remember.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I would have never...
Will Smith, his friend, I think it was Jazz.
Yes.
He said like, who keeps greenlighting those damn Chevy Chase movies?
Oh my god, I would have never got them there.
It was one of them. I think it was Jazz. I think that was his name in the show.
Yes. Next one.
$36. It's Forgature's Way or the Highway.
The Limp Bizkit song My Way?
It can be, but I was more like thinking like
it's my way or the highway.
Kind of, but I was thinking more along the lines of
just a general.
It's our way, and if you don't like it, too bad, because that's the way we do it. But yeah, it can
that's
be
the
like
way
a reference.
We roll, bitches.
37. Shooting the shit with Forgature.
Next one, that's self-explanatory.
Yeah, just talking about stuff. Nothing much there. 38. Fake it until you make it with Forgature.
Like faking orgasms?
No, this is not a sexual reference. It's like faking like we're credible intellectual podcast hosts until we become those.
And we know what we're doing.
Yes, we know what we're doing. We're competent. And we've exposed our secret. And that shows you just how incompetent we are. Because now we told you the truth. 39. Garbage in, garbage out with Forgature.
That's a good one.
Because we put garbage in and you get garbage out. Garbage material, garbage...
Who would have thought?
That's another self-explanatory thing. A lot of times I believe this is used in IT too. Garbage in, garbage out. Yeah, it's a reference to many different things. 40 is another reference. What you talking about, Forgature?
That'd be What You Talking About, Willis, from Different Strokes.
Yes. I'm actually surprised you got that one. And this is what we're talking about. So, now you know. 41. Forgature Nation.
Okay.
It's not a real nation. It just means that it's not a tangible nation. It's just the name of the show because a lot of times we have shows with nation in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a general kind of parody thing. 42. The Forgature Podcast. Oh, hell no!
That is a reference to Sharknado 3.
Yes.
Oh, hell no.
Yes, that's exactly where I got that from. And you might be saying that about this time anyway, right now. 43. The Low Road with Forgature.
I think that's a parody of the High Road.
Yes, because we don't take the high road in this in our stuff.
Nope.
Lower the better. 44. Forgature for Dummies.
The book.
There's a dummies book for everything.
Except with this one, we don't teach you anything.
Yes. And there might even be a dummy book for this. Who knows?
Yeah.
45. The Politically Incorrect Guide to Forgature. Self-explanatory.
Oh, like, I think there's a book called The Politically Incorrect Guide to Marxism or Socialism.
Yeah. And if you've been listening, you know we're politically incorrect. So that's accurate.
Yep.
46. Another song title. Not parody, but actual song title. Let's see if you can guess it. The Science of Noise with Forgature.
That's a Dark Tranquility song.
Yes. Because as far as we're concerned, this is noise. But there's really not much science behind it.
I would say that.
47. Another song title. This Battle Chose Us. The Forgature Podcast.
I can't think of.
Anthrax. I think the song's off For All Kings.
Okay, I think you might be right.
And feel free to look up any of these songs. They all pretty much kick ass. You can't go wrong with any of them.
Yeah, all the bands that we mentioned in this and all the songs we mentioned, we highly endorse, so we highly advise you to go check them out.
You have our expert opinion that they are good.
Damn right you do.
48, another song title. Versus the World with Forgature.
Amon Amarth.
Yes. Good. We're on a roll.
That's a Amon Amarth album.
49, another song title. The Way with Forgature.
That, of course, is a song titled by Amorphous.
Yeah, off, I think it's the first track off of Toonvala.
Yes.
50. The Encounter with Forgature. Not Sexual Encounter. I believe this is a song title.
Yeah, trust us, there won't be any sexual encounters with this podcast.
No, we're gonna try
any
and
of
be
our podcasts.
one of the few people in media that hasn't made their way around the block.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like nowadays, anyway. So, guess the song. The band, I mean. Yeah.
I don't know. I can't.
I think this is an Evergrace song off of In Search of Truth.
Encounter? Insert.
I think that's where I got it from.
I'm not sure.
Because that has to do with aliens and stuff.
Yes, I'm not. I don't know all the song titles off that album, but
yeah, that's an older one.
okay.
But I think that's where it came from. 51. Show No Mercy with Forgature.
That's off of Slayer's debut album,
And we will not show you any mercy, no matter what you say or try to do for us.
And it also is the name of Slayer's first album.
Yep. 52. The Uprising with Forgature.
I can't.
This is a song title.
I don't know.
I don't remember the album, but I think it is an El Uvete song.
It might be. I don't know.
I really wish I could remember the album. But you can look it up because you know what it's called. Oh, excuse me. That's just the kind of crazy, unscripted antics you get on this show. If you can hear that. 53. The Forgature Show.
It's like the Tom Green Show.
Yes. Because it's a show.
Mm-hmm.
Self-explanatory. 54. Words weaponized with forgeture. That's just the original title I made myself because I like the word weaponized. 55. The right side with forgeture. And right is spelled W-R-I-T-E.
It's like a pun.
Yes, as opposed to R-I-G-H-T.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha ha, very funny. 56. It's another song title. And I believe album title. No sacrifice, no victory with forgeture.
That's a bolt thrower. Song?
No.
Album?
No.
Anything about with bolt thrower?
No. It goes like sacrifice, victory.
Oh, that's Hammerfall. What's the album?
No sacrifice, no victory. I think that's
okay.
I think that's what the album.
I think that's what it's called too. Okay.
And you go, no. I'm not going to try and impersonate people here. Like,
no, we will not sing.
No, we might do death metal, but poorly. But no, we're not going to sing
or black metal.
We don't hate you that much. Yes. 57. Immortalized with forgeture.
That's a Hammerfall song.
Yes. Off of
Infected.
Yes. Their controversial album. Where they talked about zombies and stuff, and it got weird. 58. Forgeture's 2 cents worth.
Okay.
That's an original title, and yeah, that's about right. I paid 2 cents for this. 59. No regrets with forgeture. I think that was an original title.
Yeah, that doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, because we don't regret anything we do because we don't have shame. 60. This is a parody. That's the keyword here, is a parody of a song title. Hardwired to self-promote. The Forgeture Podcast.
Oh, that's a reference to Metallica's newest album.
Yes, Hardwired to self-destruct.
Mm-hmm. Which is also would be appropriate too.
Yes. 61. Forgeture presents the Forgeture Podcast.
Redundancy.
Yes, that was... I tried to be as dumb as possible. 62. Now, this is a reference to a TV show. Let's see if you can figure it out. And now for something you'll really like. The Forgeture Podcast.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yes. Although you might not like it. We're not even sure if we like it. The podcast, not the title. The title kicks ass. 63, song title. Declaration Day with forgeture.
That's a reference to the Iced Earth song off of The Glorious Burden.
Yes.
Second track.
64, Dear Listeners with forgeture. That's just an original one referring to our listeners.
Mm-hmm.
Our very loyal, hopefully humongous group of listeners.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's for you. We always think about you. 65, Knee Deep in the Words with forgeture.
I don't think that's original.
It's kind of like a parody. It's not. It's a video game.
Knee Deep in the Dead?
Yes, from Doom. I believe that was a difficulty setting.
Okay, I think that was a difficulty setting.
Yes. 66, this is a song title parody again. Two Against All, the Forgeture Podcast.
Oh, that's a parody of One Against All by Amon Amarth.
Off Dome's Viking. Their newest album. And a concept album.
Their first concept album.
And possibly their most polished record. So far. 67, Get With the Program, the Forgeture Podcast. It's an original.
Okay.
Because you got to get with the program. Because it's kind of like a reference to anything like Get With the Program, like Fall in Line, you know. 68, Bust a Nut with forgeture.
Bust a Nut, yeah. Yeah, you probably will if you listen to this.
69.
Haha, he said 69.
I knew you were going to do that. The Audio Age, the Forgature podcast.
Because they're too cheap to have video.
Yes. It's a reference to different ages of things, like you have the golden age of television,
Golden age of porn.
or movies,
Golden age of porn.
like what James Wolfe did. Yes.
Golden age of porn.
Yes. I was trying to stay clear of that, but just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Mm-hmm.
That was a reference to The Godfather Part 3. Michael Corleone says that. Something similar to that. 70. We have listeners. The Forger podcast, because we don't know if we do. It's a question.
It sounds like we have them, but we're shocked that we do.
Or like, I am Ron Burgundy.
I am Ron Burgundy?
From Anchorman. 71. Monthly proclamation with Forgature. Another monthly thing.
It has nothing to do with the menstrual
cycle.
cycle.
Because that's the running joke. Because when we were doing monthly podcasts, that was the idea originally. 72. I believe this is a song title. You should get this. Spoken Words of Venom with Forgature.
Naglfar's song off of Pariah.
Yes.
Second track.
I think Venom's appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
73. Cheap marketing ploy. The Forgature podcast.
It should be insert cheap marketing ploy here. Forgature podcast.
Duly noted. Not much there. That's self-explanatory too.
Mm-hmm.
74. This is a parody of a TV show, I believe. The F-Team. The Forgature podcast.
The E-Team.
Yes.
Or F-Troop.
Okay, I was going with the A-Team. It's going to be F-Troop. A-Team's also that movie with Liam Neeson in it, and I'm trying to remember. Was it Bradley Cooper?
I don't know.
Or it was Matthew McConaughey or Bradley Cooper was in it too.
Yeah, they're interchangeable.
Yes, we're not experts on actors, but the movie wasn't bad.
Doesn't matter.
75. Another song title. Sound of White Noise with Forgature.
This Anthrax album.
Yep. 76. Packaged Rebellion with Forgature.
Anthrax song.
Yep.
Same album as the previous one. Well, it was on the previous one.
Sound of White Noise is the album's name.
Packaged Rebellion
and a song title.
On it.
Yes, it's just a song on Packaged Rebellion. 77, another song title. Worth Fighting For with Forgature.
Paradise Lost song.
Off of Tragic Idol. The last album before they reintroduced death metal vocals. 78. For the last fucking time, we have our own podcast. The Forgature podcast.
Some of these titles are pretty long.
Yes. So I just want to make it clear we do actually have our own podcast because you might not believe us. But if you're listening to this, you pretty much have to.
Yeah, if you hear this, you should know we have one.
Yes. 79. Stinking up the internet with Forgature.
Stinking up the internet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of a reference to stinking up the airwaves when Peggy was talking about Dr. Demento, King of the Hill. You know, the tornado episode with the trailer.
Oh, yeah.
In Luann.
When
she says, like, let's hit the road.
That's the one where Hick loses his underwear.
Yes, and he has the cactus.
Yep. In a strategically placed area.
Yes. 80. The Underdogs, the Forgature podcast.
Okay.
This is kind of like a quasi-reference to Rocky because he was like the underdog.
Okay.
Because I like to think we're like the underdogs.
Not Underdog, that dog superhero thingy.
Yes.
Just Underdogs.
Not that cartoon. 81. Song title. No, I think it's an album title. The Inner Circle with Forgature.
Evergreen album.
Yes, I don't believe that was a song title. I think it was just an album
title.
82. This is a classic. Pulp Friction. The Forgature podcast.
Parody of Pulp Fiction. The movie.
Yes, by Quentin Tarantino. Good movie, by the way. See, we like to do stupid puns, much like Bob's Burger.
Mm-hmm.
83. The Dump with Forgature.
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, we don't need to tell you what kind of dump we're talking about. 84. Hooked on Tonics. The Forgature podcast.
Hooked on Phonics.
Because tonic is like a drink thing.
Yeah.
Yes, these really are bad.
Oh, yeah.
85. You didn't ask for it, but you got it. The Forgature podcast.
Yeah, because who would ask for it?
Nobody did, as far as I know.
He just forced on everybody.
Yes.
Like communists.
Yes. 86. The bottom of the barrel with forfeiture.
We might be below the barrel.
Yeah, I don't think there's a bottom where we are.
Yeah.
87. Outcasts with a podcast. Forfeiture.
Okay.
It's another thing where we're like weird. 88. You've been warned. The Forfeiture podcast. I believe I said something like that at the beginning of the show. 89. The supplement with Forfeiture.
For supplemental material?
Yes, that was kind of like because of the book. Because of the, at least when it was one podcast and it was going to do a lot with writing.
Okay.
So it was supposed to be like a supplemental thing, like extra content, much like people do.
Okay.
90. Loregasm with Forfeiture.
Loregasm?
Loregasm.
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 Lore?
Yeah, like lore.
Oh, like orgasm. Okay, I got it now.
But you know what lore is.
So the female loregasm is fictional then?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
Okay, I think I got it. 91. Playing with Fire, the Forfeiture podcast. Another original, because playing with fire, can be dangerous.
Yeah, it can be dangerous. It can get you killed.
Yes. Okay.
Much like we will get you killed with this.
Hang in there. We're almost done. 92. What's it like to have shame? The Forfeiture podcast.
That's in reference to King of the Hill, where Piggy teaches the sex ed class.
Yes, because Luann had no problem saying all the words.
And then Piggy says, "What's it like to not have shame?" That's the second
Bingo.
That's the second episode of the series. Go check it out.
I believe it is the second episode. 93. Hey, we didn't see you there. The Forfeiture podcast.
That's in reference to Stewie from Family Guy.
Yes, when he did, I believe, that one man play when he broke up with Olivia.
I think so.
And also, it's a joke because we really can't see you because there is no in-studio audience or anything.
Nope.
So, yeah, we literally can't see you.
But we can see you in our minds.
And you're all incredibly hot.
And you're all naked, too.
On that note...
Well, at least the hot chicks.
On that note, 94. Are you reading our book yet? The Forfeiture podcast.
My answer would be no.
Yeah, I think so, too. 95. Twisting the knife in your ear with Forfeiture.
Ooh.
Because it's painful to listen to.
Yep.
That's a play on words like twisting the knife in your arm. 96. Don't drink and scribe with Forfeiture.
Oh, that's a good one.
Like don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
Drive with a V.
Yeah.
Because scribe is like right.
Yes. So don't drink and scribe.
Yes.
Actually, no, it's don't drink and scribe.
Because if you do, you might end up with something like what we're doing now.
Which is complete garbage.
97. In Forfeiture we trust.
Like in God we trust on
money. Or in Flames we trust, which a lot of people say about the In Flames, the metal band.
Yeah.
98. Chewing and screwing with Forfeiture.
Yeah, there's chewing, but I can tell you there's certainly no screwing.
Well, maybe screwing you.
But not screwing.
But not that way.
But not the fun kind of screwing.
Yes. 99 is a song title. When the Eagle Cries with Forfeiture.
That's a Iced Earth song off the Glorious Burden along with Declaration Day.
And you'll see, if you actually read the book, then you'll kind of understand where the reference comes from. Sort of. Where it like an idea of where, read the book and you'll kind of figure out where the title goes with that.
Yeah.
100. Why Won't They Die? The Forfeiture podcast.
Yep, that's folks. You heard it right here first. We finally reached triple digits. What's the title again?
Why Won't They Die? The Forfeiture podcast.
That's a good question.
Yeah, we're just confused.
Could we be immortal?
We are as stumped as you are. Dude, that'd be like badass.
Yeah. Like Highlander.
Or God Mode in Doom.
Yeah.
101. Fooling Around with Forfeiture.
That's a non-sexual reference.
Yes.
Because it'd be more like we're fools.
Yes.
Okay.
102. The F spot.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a joke about the G spot.
Yes, not the Yes, which is also a parody of the thing from the defunct TV channel G4. They had the G spot.
They had. That was like a certain block of shows.
Yeah, it was like a block of shows, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, but I'm proud of that one.
They came on late at night.
Yes, but yes, it is a reference to the G spot.
Yes, we salute you, G4.
Yes, we do. And the G spot.
We shall succeed where you failed. Probably not.
103. The sign of the horns with forfeiture.
The sign of the horns. Oh, that is in reference to the metal symbol.
Yes, there's a delightful little piece on Wikipedia about it. And you've also seen probably the character, like the symbol for it, on the internet somewhere. We use it too. So you can find out what it looks like, I think, pretty easily.
Yeah.
104. Song title. Song title. Ultimate Everything with Forfeiture.
That's a Monster Magnet song.
Yes. Which album?
Radiation Day.
That is the album, I think.
I think it is.
Yeah, but it is. Yes, I believe it's the last track. I know it's. No, wait. Is that the right album?
Oh, I don't remember. No, is it?
No, that was a song, Radiation Day. It's Monolithic Baby.
Monolithic Baby, that's it. It's one of the songs of Monolithic Baby. Radiation Day is a song on that album. I got completely confused.
Yes. Well, that's okay.
Like I normally do.
I don't think we can redeem ourselves now.
No.
105. Surely You Jest, the Forfeiture podcast.
That is a reference about Spencer from the King of Queens.
I thought there was something on Futurama like that with Fry.
No, Spencer, I think, says that to Dog.
But it's like a joke, like, surely you jest. Like,
yeah.
Like one person thinks the other person's laughing, but they're, like, serious.
Yeah.
And we are serious, folks. Number 106. Interlopers, the Forfeiture podcast.
That's from the King of the Hill episode where Bobby joins the Coven of Artemis.
Yes.
And that one kid in the group says, interlopers.
Yes, and it's also used in other things, too. Like, that's another thing in the book. 107. Unsafe Zone, the Forfeiture podcast.
That's a reference to safe zones on college campuses.
Yes, because we're, like, complete opposite of that. 108. How dare you, the Forfeiture podcast.
How dare you.
That's just a reference to, like, when people say, like, how dare you, like, you do something incredibly offensive.
It's like the Rocco's Modern Life from Nickelodeon, that hippo lady. Like, when Rocco would, like, accidentally touch her breast or something, she'd say, how dare you? And, like, slap him
like a manly voice.
Yeah, or slow him or something.
Something like that. Yeah, I do remember that now, but I didn't have that in mind. Must have been
a transgendered hippo lady.
We're really getting off track here. 109. It's time to throw down with Forfeiture. That's an original. 110. Insanity's Crescendo with Forfeiture.
That's a Dark Tranquillity song.
Yep. What album?
The Gallery?
I think so.
Okay. That'd be their second album.
I think it is from The Gallery.
Okay.
What was their first album?
Sky Dancer.
Yeah, I think it was The Gallery. 111. The Black and White with Forfeiture. That refers to our podcast microphones.
I have the white one.
And I have the black one.
It's dualism.
Duality, like yin and yang.
Yeah.
Stuff. Like I said, there's pictures of it floating around somewhere. 112. The Slay Ground with Forfeiture.
As in Slay, as in...
It's a parody of Playground.
I know that, but as in Slay surgery cannot mean that we kill. It must be because we make people laugh because we're so bad.
Well, we're we're so awesome. Our podcasts kill like the competition.
Okay, just checking.
At least in our world.
Yeah, in our minds.
A 113. The Skeleton Crew with Forgature.
Yes, much like the staffing at Boobies in Clerks 2. How the restaurant operated on it, the Skeleton Crew.
Yes, because we do it's very minimal stuff here.
Yeah, we have minimal people.
It's just us and not a lot of equipment and stuff, so it's very low key, low budget.
Low everything.
Yes. 114. Monthly Madness, the Forgature podcast.
I'm not making the period joke anymore.
It's run its course.
Yeah.
No, instead of beating the dead horse, you beat it to death, and now you're liquefying the body. It
used to be funny, but now we've done it so much it's not funny anymore. But eventually it will become so unfunny it will be funny again.
American Dad has showed us that.
Yep, and we will let you know when that time has come.
It's kind of a reference to Monster Madness that James Rolfe would do for Cinemassacre with his monster movies for October, which ended, but now he does like Son of Monster Madness, which is like, I think it's like a week long where he does a movie each day for a week.
Like a mini version.
Yeah, because a regular Monster Madness was every day, I think, for the month of
31
October.
days, yeah. A new movie every day.
We don't care who we steal from. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Can we get a drum roll, please? Yes. That's the kind of drums you get with our budget. This is the last podcast title we came up with.
Hooray!
It's 115, and it is Wine 'em, Dine 'em, Twice Horn Sign 'em, the Forgature podcast.
Oh, it's like Wine 'em, Dine 'em, and 69 'em.
Yes, I forgot where that came from.
I think that might have been Bob's Burgers. Did Gene say that?
Maybe. That seems kind of risque. But the horn sign, again, is the metal symbol.
Yeah, the metal symbol.
And that concludes our list of 115 song titles. I hope you enjoyed listening to podcast titles. I hope you enjoyed listening to them as much as my co-host did, and as much as I like sharing them with you, because they got to be good for something. Because believe it or not, it actually did take time to come up with this list. So we just want to thank everybody out there, and if you really like this video, please like it, leave comments for it, and you can subscribe to our channel. And you can shoot us an email too if you so choose to.
Or call us using telepathy.
Yes. Like the mutants from beneath the Planet of the Apes who worship the atomic bomb.
Yeah, be like those guys.
Yes. Man, that's some weird stuff.
Okay, so remember, leave comments in the comments section, bitches. This is John Christopher Wagner and
James Michael Wagner
signing out for the day.
All right. So I want to end with For John.
That's right, For John.